Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I thought I would try something interesting on this Tomoe River paper. I'm going to be using a Tombow pen, and I have a video about these. I can link that. This is a dual brush pen. It's a water-based marker, and it has water-soluble ink, so it can be blended and diluted with water, and I'm going to try and do that and take some of my Schmincke, Hoodrum, Aquarelle, in gold and see if I can add some of this to it and maybe make an interesting illustration. I'm going to try it. We're going to try it together. We're going to watch me do this. Grab your sketchbook, grab your things. Let's get creative. Let's get a little weird with it. Let's add some water here. I'm going to add water and let that sit for a little bit. That'll break up the gold while I draw. And then I'll be ready to rock and roll. I don't know what color this is. This is 912. I'll link all these products in the description box below in case you're curious, because I know I would be. Let's do this. Okay. So, I am not done with the piñata. We're having the party tomorrow and I'm not done with it. So I will post a picture on the communities tab. It'll show up in your video timeline if you check YouTube on your phone. If you check YouTube on the computer, you will have to actually click on the communities tab to see the photograph. But I am still working on it because sometimes procrastination is your friend. This is not quite the right shade of orange that I want. This is very peach, but artistic licensing and all that, and I don't own a ton of Tombow pens, and I never would buy one in orange. Like, that's not a color I gravitate towards, but the animal I'm drawing kind of is orange, so yeah, this is what we're doing. We're going to see how quick I can bust out this illustration. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Some of these things I think, oh, it'll take a couple minutes, it'll be fine. It's not fine. Spoiler. Oh, we're gonna go right off the page, aren't we? That's alright. For interest and intrigue purposes, asymmetrical design is okay too. Alright. Anyway. If I pre-sketched, then this would be better aligned. That would be one of the benefits of pre-sketching something. But I haven't pre-sketched stuff in a while, so it's just more time. And then to like go back and erase and make sure that the lines aren't showing up. It's all work. It's not my favorite part. So I never just bust out a pencil and start drawing. Like, that's not my preferred medium. I've done a couple videos with my husband for our anniversary, and that is his preferred art supply, is just a pencil, which is awesome. For my pencil people, I adore you. You're amazing. I have to have color in my life. I have to have color. Everything we have is color because I have to have it. Okay. And I'm just using the brush side just because I like it. You can get thick, heavy lines. You can get really thin ones if you go on the edge. The thing with fur's fun because it can be lines, it can be hatching, it can be stipple dots, it can be, it can be all kinds of things. And you can kind of make it uneven and make it interesting, and who's to say it's wrong or right, fur. That's why I'm a big fan. And you really practice your textures and technique of using different things when working on stuff like this. And I'm going to have a lot of negative space just because I want to really highlight the gold that I'm going to be putting on. And we're going to see how this color sort of dissipates in water and breaks down. And hopefully it'll look all right. If it doesn't, well, we tried. We tried together, and that was... Sometimes the fun is trying. And you'll learn a ton when you fail. When you don't get the desired result. Sometimes you learn a ton of information about the product, about how much, you know, practice or technique might be involved. It's more involved than you thought. It's all fine. Alright, so we have some eyeballs. We're doing good here. Let's do a nose. Obviously, the picture of the finished video will have what this animal is. So there's never really any huge surprises or spoilers. If you were hoping for a surprise, I apologize. I want folks to see the finished thing after it's dry, and that's the photo I put up for the video, so. Anyway. It was animal time. I did a portrait yesterday, so I'm just toggling between the two, portraits and animals. It's more time consuming to put both together. Well, I think the end result is incredibly beautiful. And I've done that in a sketchbook before. It just takes a lot of time, and I don't have a ton of time right now working on multiple projects, so that makes things difficult. Not impossible, but I just decided to split them up. You know, make some things easier on myself. It's a fox. Excuse me. There's a bunch of beautiful foxes all over the world. I know some people have them as pets. I don't personally know anyone that owns one. Where I live, people don't really own wild animals like that. It's not really looked at favorably, but I know people can own foxes. I have seen videos on Instagram, which is always interesting. There's a bunch of foxes where we live. Boy, are they cute. Okay. Alright, let's see. A little more texture. A little bit more weirdness. Okay. All the dots. Alright, here is my fox. Now let's see. Watercolor. Okay, so it's been sitting, and there's a little bit of green in here. And that's my fault from a previous water-soluble pen. Okay, oh yeah, that's nice and gloopy and juicy. So I really like it to have high opacity, which is why I added so much water, so I can get this really thick. I mean, having a thin gold sheen is always really nice, but if I'm gonna do gold, I really want to highlight some of the gold. And some foxes have a lot of beautiful orange. And I thought this would look cool. Again, if it doesn't, I tried a thing and we learned. We lived and we learned. Well, it's starting to get the right color orange. Gold. Okay. Gold on ivory paper. Nose boop. Okay. I'm using a 3. This is a Winsor Newton Cotman, size 3. This is an A6 paper, so I don't really need a huge brush. A huge brush would kind of dwarf all the things I'm trying to do here. I have some huge brushes, but I like more control, so I always opt, even if the paper's kind of bigger, I always opt for a smaller brush. Okay. Boop. All right, let's thin this out a little bit. Well, it'll be really pretty in the sunshine. There is no sunshine today. It is very overcast. We're going to be having some rain. If you're thinking about entering some contests or giveaways this year and you're looking for some stuff, Travelers just posted an interesting one on their blog. I'll link it. You kind of have to own product to win product, but they want you drawing and creating on a Traveler's pad, and then you could possibly win one of their new Traveler notebooks, some of their leather-bound products. And that contest goes through the end of May. Again, I'll link it if you're curious. On Instagram, if you have an Instagram account, Jet Pens, Blick, and Jackson's periodically post giveaways on Instagram. They don't have any currently running today, but it could be something popping up next week. So if you're looking to get some of your art out there and possibly win some stuff, you know, if you're on a budget, could be a fun activity. Or just check out different hashtags and maybe follow some creators that are using supplies you enjoy in unique ways. That can always be inspiring and stuff. Especially with Travelers products, people come up with some unique stuff. Okay, so this is my fox. Woo, it's gold. Can you see that? It's pretty messy. You kind of get the shine. He's messy, but he's warm. And I never do things that are this bright. So, I tend to be a moody, cool color person with my art. So this is my fox. Was it successful? This really didn't thin out enough. The Tombow didn't. So next time I go to try something like this, I probably won't use a Tombow. I'll come up with a different pen. Let me show you a previous one. I have to be careful, this is still really wet. So this one worked. But this pen I used, which is a real bizarre one, is the Artline Blocks. But this is the Artline Blocks drawing pen. They also have like a calligraphy one. And this one's water soluble. And I put gold over it for the portrait. Yeah, you can kind of tell. All right. A quickie. A fun one. A fox. And yeah, I feel like it needs something dark. So I'm going to have to let this dry and think if I'm going to go in with a third pen, or sorry, a second pen, a third product. And maybe brown. Ooh, brown would look nice, wouldn't it? Okay, I may add something else. We'll see in the finalized picture for the video, but this is super, super wet, so I need to let it dry. Again, I will link the different Instagram pages, and if you are interested in entering the Travelers, it's the US Road Trips with Your Travelers Notebook giveaway. I will link that too. Their products can be kind of pricey, so to win something would be a ton of fun, especially if it's, you know, the leather notebook. And it says there's 7 winners of that, and then they have the notebook refills. You could possibly, there's 28 winners for the refills, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I will post a picture of the pinata on the communities tab tomorrow or the next day so you can see my finalized dragon. I hope your week is absolutely wonderful, and I will talk to you later. Bye.